Jude Law continues to break himself down in order to, hopefully, rebuild his career. You're watching Beyond the Trailer's review of Black Sea.
Outside, it's just dark, cold, death.
What happens when one of them starts to figure out that their share gets bigger and there is less people to share it with? 5, 4, 3, turn, open soon!
You just want to live now. Can we just live?
Is Jude Law just a few steps behind Ben Affleck? Both lived the good life as Hollywood pretty boys until ridicule cut that party short. In 2005, it was then Oscar host Chris Rock who joked that Law was the discount version of Tom Cruise, who'd take on any film that was offered to him. And to be fair, in 2004, Law had appeared in 6 films. But Law was so upset by the remark that he fired his agent at CAA, who'd made him a household name, and moved to Endeavor in the hopes, it was reported, of being taken more seriously. Well, apparently being taken seriously takes a really long time, because Law seemed to fade away from the Hollywood constellation, and only now seems to be making films as prolifically as he did prior to Rock's jab. Gone are the days of playing a spoiled rich kid or robot gigolo. Instead, Law has been taking on roles more like his turn in Sam Mendes' Road to Perdition back in 2002. You almost never see his trademark curls anymore, save when he's playing Watson to Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock. In fact, in Repo Men, Contagion, Anna Karenina, Side Effects, Dom Hemingway, and the Grand Budapest Hotel, Law has done whatever he can do to downplay his good looks, so you can focus on his acting. He hasn't gotten Affleck-level results yet, and perhaps he should consider adding director to his repertoire. But right now, he seems content to work with talented, experienced directors. Steven Soderbergh, Joe Wright, Wes Anderson. He's even working on Paul Feig's comedy Spy for 2015, where he'll co-star opposite Melissa McCarthy, Rose Byrne, and Jason Statham. And on Black Sea, he's working with director Kevin MacDonald, the documentary filmmaker who transitioned to narrative filmmaking with the Oscar-winning The Last King of Scotland. Now, Black Sea is hardly Oscar bait, yet this solid little thriller could still impress considering the pedigree of its cast. In addition to Law, there's Scoot McNairy, soon to be seen in Batman v Superman, and Ben Mendelsohn, who's quickly becoming one of Hollywood's favorite character actors. It's also the first screenplay by Dennis Kelly, who co-wrote the incredibly well-received musical Matilda, as well as the UK TV series Utopia. You know, the one Gone Girl team David Fincher and Gillian Flynn are adapting for HBO. So is Black Sea just a nifty line on all these people's resume, or something actually worth seeing?
Jude Law seems to have found an interesting niche for himself, and that's playing good-looking guys for whom life didn't work out. And he's really good at it. Perhaps because, to some degree, his own hot life didn't quite work out. And I think that he's discovered, as many hot men and women do, that good looks aren't necessarily a ticket to the good life, especially not a guaranteed one. So Jude Law is not only believable as a submarine captain here, but he manages to give this guy some real depth. Pun intended. No, but seriously, he really fleshes this character out, and with the script as well, he's able to show and not tell what drives this man. And he just gives you a really touching, grounded portrayal of a good man who slipped through the cracks of life. This film also reminds me of Hitchcock's work. It isn't quite the ode to Hitchcock that Gone Girl is, but it's similar to Hitchcock's earlier, leaner, and tad later work. But still very good. The script in particular is very well done. And there were several twists and turns that I did not see coming. Save one! There's one cartoonish twist and cartoonish character in this movie that almost torpedoes it, and I think to some degree at least makes it a little leaky. Now, I don't want to give too much away, but when they're putting their team together for this submarine heist, there's one gentleman in particular where Jude Law and his partner are like, oh, I don't know, he's a little bit difficult, he has a bad reputation. But they decide, oh, he's the best diver we know. Well, who's the second best diver? Because obviously, this guy turns out to be a problem, and as I said, it's quite cartoonish, to the degree where it just seems like a plot device where the screenwriter was like, I need some kind of problem to arise here, and this guy is just the living embodiment of a problem. And it's especially distracting because the rest of the actors and the story itself are so realistic, even down to the very interesting language barrier that exists between a crew that has to be half British and half Russian. So at the end of the day, I would say that Black Sea is something that you don't have to see in theaters, and you don't necessarily need to see it all. But if you do, I would recommend you rent it, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll have a good time. Alright, so that's my review of Black Sea. If you've seen the film, please leave your own thoughts down below, and you can check out some more videos right now.